What up, bros? Welcome back to Throwin. Before we start, I lost a bet, and I have to tell everybody that I suck at Call of Duty. But anyway, Breck, how you doing?
Good. It's been a while.
Indeed.
We haven't talked any fighting in a while. This is a good card coming up. We're going to preview.
Yeah, this is quite good. So let me share my screen real quick, and we'll hop right to it. Okay, let's head to the early prelims and such. Nothing really here. Tracy Cortez, I think that's the really only fight of note in my opinion.
Yeah, Cortez, that's about it.
And then if we head over to the prelims, Randy Brown and Chaos Williams should be a really good fight.
That's a slept-on fight. That could be a banger.
Especially Chaos.
Chaos, of course.
Brandon Royval, Matt Schnell, great fight there actually.
Both those fighters are like super well-rounded.
Oh yeah. Francisco Trinaldo at his, advanced age, still going at it.
Yeah, he's still going.
And Blagoy Ivanov versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. I think de Lima is a solid fighter. This is a good test for him.
Yeah, would agree.
I think Ivanov's last loss was to Sakai back in May of 2020. Yeah. Jeez. But you ready to get in this awesome main card?
Of course.
All right. Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lozon. Retirement fight here potentially for both of these guys, to be honest. But two legends of the game, I'd say. What are your thoughts on this one?
I would agree. It's like winner and loser probably. It's kind of crazy to say. They probably both retire. What are Lozon in his last? He's on a losing streak as well, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing as bad as Cowboy, though, to be honest. Lost to Guida, lost Gretzmacher, Pierce. I think
that's what's a little worrying is like he lost to Clay Guida. No disrespect to Clay Guida, he's up there,
Yeah, but
when was his last win?
What'd you say?
When was his last win?
That's a great question. Let's see. Let's take a look. Held in 2017, I think.
Yeah, and I mean Cowboy since that time hasn't won much fights either. The only difference with Cowboy is he's been fighting top talent.
Oh no, he beat Jonathan Pierce in 2019.
Okay. Regardless, so point still stands. Cowboy, even though like he had that 5-fight losing streak, look who he lost to: Tony, Connor,
Gaethje.
Did he fight RDA?
Alex Morono,
who's a beast, by the way.
Yeah.
And, so for that reason alone, I like Cerrone. I think
Pettis,
crazy. He only fought killers. For that reason alone, I kind of like Cowboy. I think he wins this fight and retires.
I think so too. And his son is going to be there, and he got emotional about his kid talking about him at the press conference.
Regardless, I don't know about Joe Lozon so much, even though he could retire. This has to be for Cerrone's health, and this has got to be it.
I agree.
He's been in so many wars, dude. I mean, legend of the sport, dude. Can't take it away from him.
Hall of Famer for sure. I got Cerrone by TKO. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. Cerrone TKO. I would say like third round.
That's not bad. Not a bad guess, I don't think. Two more old heads, Breck.
Yeah, this is the old heads.
Mauricio Shogun Hua versus Ovince St. Preux. Shogun hasn't been too shabby in his past few fights. But OSP has been getting rocked, to say the least.
Yeah, like you would think Ovince St. Preux might have the advantage, but like you said, he's been getting knocked out a bit.
Lost to Bozer. Lost to Jamal Hill. I mean, Jamal Hill,
Jamal Hill is going to be like a top 5 guy soon.
Lost to, didn't he get absolutely cracked by Alonzo Menafield?
Yeah, was it a no contest for like an eye poke or something? or did he lose?
I don't know. Hold on. Let's take a look.
Regardless, it's the older MMA fans will love this fight just because it's a bygone era.
Oh, he lost to OSP. Okay.
Okay.
But OSP's been getting knocked out.
Yeah. I kind of like Shogun, dude.
I do too.
I feel like they're both fighting for their spots on the roster in the sense that they're getting older. Can't keep losing and stay on the roster. Unless you're Sam Alvey. But what's it called? Dude, Shogun, you would agree though, over like historically, he's the better fighter.
Yes, absolutely. Pride champion,
UFC champion. He knows what it takes. I like Shogun, dude. I don't know about TKO. I'm feeling a decision in this one.
I am too. Two old heads going at it.
Yeah. They don't have the energy to knock each other out by the third round.
Two more old heads in Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. I don't know what to think.
I know what to think, and I hate what I'm about to say.
Just say it.
Michael Chandler, second round knockout. Brutal. He's going to drop a Hendo bomb. Overhand right. Just drops him. Flatline KO.
Flatline him.
Flatlined. Tony's going to get flatlined.
Breck.
I know. It's like the worst case. Like, I like both of these guys so much. But how can you tell me? I understand Chandler's lost. He's on a, 2-fight losing streak?
Yeah.
But look, I understand Tony's also fought the top guys. But Chandler's been much more competitive in these fights. Chandler took the champion who's on the card, Oliveira, seconds away from not winning the belt off of him. If he doesn't go to the ground, he makes him stand up, he probably wins the chip. And then you would agree, his fight versus Gaethje, he expended too much energy early, which cost him, but rocked Gaethje, which we haven't seen as a reason. And it's just unless Tony makes this a jiu-jitsu match on the ground, but is Tony going to be able to do that when Oliveira couldn't? You know what I mean? Chandler just used his wrestling to get out of all the submission holds that Oliveira used, and Oliveira took Chandler's back, and he didn't tap him out. So that just shows you how good Chandler is on the ground. Where's Tony gonna do anything? That's my thing.
Elbows. Chandler doesn't take damage well.
That is true. We've learned doesn't take damage well.
It could be a doctor's TKO if Tony does something nasty.
Maybe. I just think the power difference. I think a Chandler KO's in the works. I hate to say it. If you're a Tony fan, I think we're all Tony fans.
Who doesn't love Tony?
That's the thing. But it's just you got to wake up to reality,
Yeah, I understand. But you know what? Something tells me El Cucuy is going to get it done.
Don't get me wrong.
I hope I'm right.
I hope you're right too. I just don't see it happening.
I got him by Darce choke.
Now that is something that could happen. Hits Chandler with an elbow, gets a little wobble, gets him to the ground, Darce choke. That is a route to victory. Just I don't see it, dude.
What if Tony wins, man? What if he wins?
Then you got to start talking about top of the division guys again. But the way Chandler dropped Hooker, I see a very similar finish happening.
Damn, I can see that happening.
The way Hooker just dropped, but I think because Tony's a little smaller and not as big a guy, that's the flat. He's gonna get flatlined. That's my thing.
Yeah, I got Tony by Darce choke in the second round. All right. First championship fight of the night. Rematch. Thug Rose versus Carlos Esparza. Great fight. I'm excited for this one, actually.
Yeah. The last one. I don't give Carla Esparza a ton of chance here.
Really?
I think Rose is like, I understand she beat her, but then again, that's a very green Rose, new in the fight game.
She's like my age. She's 21, I think.
When she lost, right?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, look at the championship pedigree Rose has, dude. Look at who she's beaten. And honestly, her last performance against Zhang Weili, that was a championship performance. Like, he was wrestling, out wrestled her. Everybody thought if it went to the ground, she would lose. Turns out to be the winner. Knocked her out in the first fight. Beat
Andrade.
Andrade beat Joanna twice. I mean, Carla Esparza is a very good contender. But the Trevor Whitman camp, dude, Rose is just, she's on a different level right now.
I'll say this. I think Carla Esparza is a far better wrestler than Zhang Weili.
Yes.
So I'll be interested to see what happens when Rose is on her back against someone like Carla Esparza. And we saw what she did to Yan Xiaonan. That was nasty.
Yeah.
That was brutal. But
that was a quick fight. Everybody thought that would be a good fight, long fight. It was over in like 2 minutes.
But yeah, I think it was a second round. She just ended it real quick in the second. She just got it in the crucifix and just landed elbows.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll go Esparza by decision.
Give me Rose TKO. If it stays as a striking match, Rose is not going to lose.
Yeah, no, there's no chance.
Zero chance. The only way Carla wins this fight is by ground control time, ground and pound. Then again, are we going to see that when Zhang Weili didn't do it? I don't know. I just think Rose is too good.
She's very good.
You know,
is she the best?
I'm the best. She also does have Pat the Predator Barry in her corner. If you don't know about it, look into it. Eddie Bravo.
Look into it, man. It's on YouTube.
Look into it, dude. Pat the Predator Barry. Great coach. Not a great guy. Yeah, Rose is too good for me. Thug Rose.
I got Esparza. I got a good feeling about it. And Esparza is great, I think. What the hell? Oh, never mind. Okay. All right. I'm excited for this one, Breck. I don't know if you are.
I don't know. This one is so tough.
All right. I think you and I can agree on this. Charlie Olives is the most disrespected UFC champion right now.
Is he a favorite? Tell me he's a favorite, right?
He's a minus 140 favorite, I think.
That's like not even
170.
Okay, that's a little more respectable than it was in the past.
But here's where I worry, and I think you'll agree. If Charles Oliveira takes a clean strike from Gaethje, it's not the same as a clean strike from Dustin Poirier.
No, but he did take strikes from Chandler, and he almost got knocked out. But you would agree, Chandler's level of power and Gaethje's very similar.
I agree with that, but here's my thing. I think Gaethje would just have had him stand up in that situation.
The thing about this fight, it's very interesting. I mean, Charles Oliveira's striking has gotten so much better over the years. So technical. Joe Rogan's always so technical. But
it's perfect.
It's perfect striking. Look at that left hook. But what's it called? The window for Gaethje, I feel like he already had a crack at the belt. And while he did get submitted by Khabib, looked pretty good in the first round against Khabib.
Yeah, he won the first round.
Won the first round, landed a ton of really good leg kicks. Not a ton of strikes, but like leg kicks.
His leg kicks are nasty.
The chopping, it's just crazy. I don't know if you would agree. This feels like now or never for Gaethje. He's not the type of fighter who's going to have a super long career the way he fights. I think he said, I don't know if this is true, but like, I think he said something like, I got like 5 more wars in me or something like that recently. It's just like, it's now or never for Gaethje.
I can't disagree. I think Gaethje's really good.
He's really good. The one little area of concern, which we saw against Khabib, this gets to the ground. Nobody is better in the UFC in terms of submissions than Charles Oliveira.
Yeah,
What is it,
but he's
16?
not. I don't think Oliveira will pin Gaethje down like Khabib will.
That is true, but if he gets the back, we saw it against against Poirier. I don't know.
But I don't know with this fight. I have no idea.
It's so close. Like, and the thing is,
And you love them both. They're great.
yeah, they're both great. The thing is, we're not even disrespecting Oliveira by saying we don't know. It's genuinely like a coin flip.
Because we saw when Chandler, he was in on that takedown against Gaethje.
Yeah.
And Gaethje did that. I don't even know what you call it to get out of it. Like when he flipped his legs up in the air and flipped Chandler over him. Like what?
Yeah. That was crazy.
Gaethje is a freak athlete, and I don't know what.
It's true, but his ground game is even though he's a good wrestler, his ground game is the weak spot.
Yeah,
in terms of jiu-jitsu.
that's true.
Defend.
All right, Breck. What's the prediction?
I really want to go Gaethje. I'm going Gaethje TKO, dude. I am too. I think if he lands that same shot, you would agree that even though Oliveira is great, he is susceptible on the feet at times.
He doesn't move. He doesn't have great head movement.
That shot we talked about, where Chandler dropped him at the end of the first. If Gaethje lands that fight again, lands that similar type of shot in this fight, he's not gonna go. He'll be knocked out.
Well, what's happening is Gaethje's gonna have him go to the ground, and Gaethje's gonna stand him up. I think.
Yeah, but I'm saying it might not even get there.
Yeah,
it might be.
He might face plant.
He might be out. Give me Gaethje TKO 4th round. I think it goes later. I don't think it's a quick TKO because Oliveira is too good.
Yeah. Oh man.
Give me like a 3rd, 4th round TKO, Gaethje.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm going 2nd round TKO Gaethje.
I like it.
All right, Breck. We got we got a lot to discuss.
So much news broke in the last 48 hours.
But I think we have to address one thing first. Do you want to know what that is, Breck?
What?
Paulo Costa's Twitter.
Oh my God. Can we just, he is out of control, but also it's the greatest thing ever in terms of entertainment. He's quickly become
the heel,
but I like to root for the bad guy. So,
but it's like he says things that are so out of pocket.
Oh, it's so offensive. Unbelievable. And the funny thing is like his English isn't great. So it's a lot of broken English in the streets, which makes it a little bit funnier.
Using homophobic slurs without consequence.
The comment section too, it's just so good. But
and the memes that people make of him by photoshopping his face on other people.
Yeah, but I mean, call it terrible, whatever. But he's becoming it is helping his brand. More people know who Paulo Costa is now since the last 3-4 months. What he's been doing on Twitter, you know what I mean?
It's not. No, he's not trying to be funny. It's just everything is funny on that Twitter.
It's genuinely just him. He's not putting on an act. If you were hanging around Paulo Costa, that's what it would be like.
Yo, that thing that he what he put Nami Yunus and Dana White as his banner.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Paulo, the UFC in his return fight are going to give Luke Rockhold Paulo Costa. Talk about the worst possible return fight
for Luke
history
Rockhold.
Of his chin versus Paulo Costa. Oh my God. Death.
Dude, he's gonna die.
Death. Imminent death. Imminent danger for Luke Rockhold. don't get me wrong. Luke Rockhold, unreal.
Legend.
He gets this fight to the ground, he could win. But dude, he takes 2 or 3 clean strikes from Paulo Costa.
One.
Yeah, one. Maybe, the time away, rest up, chin gets a little bit, recuperated, but it'll be more impressive if he somehow wins.
Yeah, what if Rockhold wins?
That's the crazy part. What if he wins? Then I feel like he's immediately top 5 fight.
Or, they might just throw him a title shot.
I was going to say, like, he was fighting contenders when he left. He was the champ. Like, if he wins this fight, like, give him a title shot.
Dude, I think Rockhold could beat Izzy.
Yeah. He's the perfect style.
Because Luke Rockhold can kickbox.
Prime Luke Rockhold beats Izzy, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially with the grappling.
But
the thing is, his wrestling isn't that great.
Luke Rockhold?
It's his jiu-jitsu's fantastic.
Yes, but his wrestling is very good as well. Dude, he destroyed
Chris Weidman.
What's his name? Long Island guy. I can't even.
Chris Weidman?
He destroyed a prime Chris Weidman.
That's true.
An All-American wrestler. Like, ground and pound. Luke Rockhold, Chael Sonnen always says this. Luke Rockhold has, like, the greatest ground and pound of all time. Like,
that's true.
On top, his elbows, like, it's almost unstoppable.
Dude, but then he met Left Hook Larry.
Yeah.
All right, let's, before we get into the fight announcements, Jon Jones and Stipe seems like it's actually going to happen.
It does actually seem like it's going to happen. You've been preaching this for, seems like a year and a half now. It probably is a year and a half because Jon Jones refuses to fight. But hopefully this news is true. We actually see Jon Bones Jones back in the octagon, regardless of what you think of the guy.
Legend.
Arguably the greatest fighter ever. I think you kind of have to say he is.
I don't think it's an argument.
I mean, there's the whole,
the drugsies.
The drugs and not even the drugs, it's like the PD accusations. But then again, like Nate Diaz said, maybe all these guys are on the juice at one point. You know what I mean?
If he beats Stipe, he gets the title, right?
Well, I think he beats Stipe. He obviously gets an immediate title shot.
I think it's going to be interim title.
Interim title, regardless. He beats Stipe, wins an interim title. He wouldn't even have to win the belt to unify the belt. If he wins an interim heavyweight title, I think it's
he's the champ.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, a title shot at a title victory at heavyweight cements his GOAT status.
I agree.
He doesn't even have to defend the belt. He could win it and then retire. Like,
and we talk about DC going up, and him, doing, winning the belt at heavyweight as well. Do you know who the only person DC never beat is? Jon Jones.
And Stipe. But
he beat Stipe?
Oh, that's true. I'm just saying, guys he's lost to. But you're right. And it's probably the greatest rivalry ever in the sport. But
that head kick.
It's crazy. It'll just be very interesting to see. It's been such a long layoff. Like, does he come in right away and is he the Jon Jones we knew, or does he look like the Jon Jones against Dominic Reyes, where a little sloppy?
Here's my thoughts. I think it's going to be the Jon Jones we knew. Here's why. He clearly did not care.
Yeah, he's not cutting weight now, too. That's the scary part. Terrifying.
Yeah, he did not care
Yeah.
one bit. In that, he literally said after the Tiago Santos fight, "Yeah, I could have wrestled him. I want to kickbox him and challenge myself." What?
Yeah, it's just playing with your food,
And he won the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm scared for Stipe.
I'm not scared for Stipe. I think he would lose a decision probably.
And then there's people like, oh, you saw the new pictures of Jon Jones, I assume, in the footage. Oh, he's fat. I'm like, he has a 6-pack, first of all. What are you talking about him being fat? Second, he's not even in fight camp yet completely.
Yeah.
Just stop.
The thing about John Jones at heavyweight, at light heavyweight, he was cutting a lot of weight to get there, first of all. Now he's fighting at a more natural weight. People could say, oh, the gas tank. We've never seen it be a problem. So why would it be a problem now? And then two,
I mean, he's a little heavier.
A little heavier. That might be to his benefit in terms of defense. And it's going to definitely be help when he wrestles. That extra little weight on top of guys. You know, like nobody's beating John Jones in heavyweight in terms of wrestling. Like
maybe not. If people like Curtis Blaydes, I'm like,
nah. Curtis Blaydes is very good, but like straight wrestling match, John Jones wins.
I agree.
He might actually have a little more knockout power as well.
He's actually, dude. That dude has the worst leg genetics of any person on this planet. This dude can squat like 500, 600 pounds. He could deadlift 585 or something crazy. But he has no leg muscle.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. But you ready to get into some fight announcements?
Yeah.
Volk Holloway 3 set for July 2nd.
It's the fight that has to happen. Two best guys. Clear cut above the rest of the division. I really hope Max wins so we get the quadruple. I hope we get the fourth, you know?
I think Volk wins.
The way he looked against Korean Zombie, it would hard to be bet against him.
Well, okay. Stop. The Zombie was not supposed to be there.
Yeah, I know. But I know we're way too early here, but I think Max needs to win this fight in terms of legacy because there's like the four featherweight goats that everybody always debates. There's like the Aldo, Conor.
Conor is debatable. Come on.
Conor is debatable. He's 7-0 at featherweight, won the belt off of prime Aldo, knocked him out 13 sets. He's in there. He's in the discussion. I don't think he is. He's up there.
Okay, that's respectable.
Max, obviously, and then Volk. I mean, Volk right now is on his way to being the featherweight goat.
I mean, Aldo defended his belt 9 times.
That is true, but he did fight. He did go 10 years undefeated, which is crazy. One thing, though, the competition Aldo was facing back then, it's drastically more now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he fought some killers.
That is true. But if Volkanovski was around back then, you know what I mean? Like,
let's see whom Aldo fought during his title defense.
And then, bro, I know Aldo, but then Max beat Aldo twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So during his title reign, he beat Mike Brown, Uriah Faber.
Faber's a good shout.
Kenny Florian, Chad Mendez.
Good shout, yeah.
Frankie Edgar, the Zombie.
Yep.
Ricardo Lamas.
Yep.
Chad Mendez again.
Yep.
Frankie Edgar.
Yep.
Dude, savage
run. But you compare that to Volkanovski's current run.
What? Or Holloway twice, Ortega and the Zombie.
And then he knocked out Mendez.
Yeah, he murdered Mendez. And he beat Aldo.
So you could argue Volkanovski's run right now is comparable. I could even argue better.
And let's look at whom Holloway's
run's crazy too.
Pettis for the interim title.
Yep.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, but that version of Pettis he fought very good.
And weight depleted.
That's true.
Jose Aldo twice, Ortega, Edgar. Edgar fought for the featherweight title 3 times.
Yeah.
What?
He's a beast, dude.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah.
Dude, we got to put some respect on Frankie Edgar's name.
Always. New York guy.
No, he's a New Jersey guy.
I mean, tri-state guy, but
Tri-state.
Yeah, can't wait.
Rafael dos Anjos versus Fiziev, July 9th. I hope this fight happens.
I hope it happens. Correct. They've both pulled out of a lot of fights recently. Great fight. Bang.
Yeah. Great. Cody Garbrandt will fight Ronnie Yaya July 9th.
Yeah, they gave somebody that has like 0 career knockouts to Cody. So basically, if Cody gets knocked out by a guy with like no knockouts, he's done. But I think Cody probably wins.
But Yaya has 21 submission wins.
Yeah, that is a little scary. But this is like his career. This fight, it's got to win for Cody.
Yeah. And they're thinking that they're feeding him a Kamba. I think Yaya's pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree. But if he's gonna win, that's the type of opponent he's gonna win against.
Dude, I think we have another Tiago Santos main event.
Little worrying.
But he's fighting Jamal Hill. Less worrying.
Less worrying. That's right. Jamal Hill is box office. He's slowly becoming one of my favorite fighters.
Dude puts people out.
Puts people out. Dude, he's only lost in the last whatever. Got his arm destroyed by Paul Craig.
And then they went and partied.
So they're both legends. But
Paul Craig.
I think it'll be a banger. Even though you're right though, Tiago Santos' last like 3 main events have been not the best. That Johnny Walker one was like,
oh my gosh,
waste of 25 minutes I've ever spent.
Dude, so I came back from a WVU football game. Like I was excited to watch some fights. That's what I got.
Dude, the whole time John Kavanaugh was just saying, good, let's win on points. It's like, dude, what? No. Go win, knock him out. Win on points, and then he lost. It's not karate. John Kavanaugh's like the worst coach ever, dude. It's amazing what Conor did when he did.
You know, people not Conor. And I'm like, okay, I understand to some extent. But do you realize what this guy did with an absolutely terrible coach?
Yeah, essentially Conor just was so good that it didn't matter who his coach was at that time.
Like, imagine if he was at Sanford.
Yeah. Dude, I think if Conor, like right now, was with Trevor Whitman.
Or he went to All-Stars.
Or, yeah, like, you know, Henry Hoof, like, dangerous. But.
Or who's the person at Kings MMA? Muay Thai legend. Rafael Cordero.
Yep.
Ankalaev will fight Anthony Smith at 277. Big stuff here.
Great fight. Ankalaev gets a title shot with a win? Wouldn't he be on like a 6-fight win streak?
I think the winner of Rakic and Blachowicz.
Yeah.
But hey, he's right there.
Contender shot though, for sure, right? The winner?
Maybe he gets the loser of Teixeira and Yuri.
Yeah. Unless they do an immediate rematch, but I find that hard.
No, they won't.
I feel you and me both agree Yuri's going to be champ for like 5 years, but Glover should hang it up if he loses.
Yes, absolutely. I think he will.
I think he will too, because it's like you won the title at such an age, historic achievement. What else do you have to prove? You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Yuri supremacy, it's coming. The Yuri era of dominance.
And we're going to get that fight in the woods.
That's what we need. I sent you the video yesterday. And then he screams into the sky like the Norse gods that he's like unbelievable.
Like when he goes, I sent you that, and the caption was, whoever thought Reyes stood a chance after this fight needs to really look at themselves in the mirror.
It's true.
All right. Pedro Munoz will fight Sean O'Malley at UFC 276.
Great fight. If you still doubt Sean O'Malley, how can, like, in terms of his opponents, they gave him a top, like, I understand Pedro Munoz's record is like win-loss recently. But he's a top guy. He's one of the better fighters in that division. You can't hold, if O'Malley goes out there and puts on a great performance, you can't
doubt him.
You can't doubt his talent, dude. I think O'Malley is great. I think obviously there's things to work on, but dude, he's so young. Like, who's like, nobody's champion at that age except John Jones. But
him and Petr Yan are like the same age, right?
really,
They're like a year apart.
that's crazy. But I'm pulling for Sean O'Malley because I want the Cheeto rematch. Because Cheeto's another guy who's just a beast right now.
Dude, I want to talk about what Cheeto did to Rob Font real quick. That was
Rob Font is such a good striker, and he's just
like it. I know you didn't watch the fight, Breck, but if you watch,
I watched the highlights.
So Rob Font won the first 4 minutes of every single round, but Cheeto just wrecked him in the last minute, like decimated him.
Yeah, I saw some elbows in there, and it's just like, if that was his strategy, like, that's amazing. Like, who thinks
he did, and he absorbed like over 200 significant strikes, no marks on his face.
Dude, he's a savage. He's such a savage.
But Robbie Lawler will fight Brian Barberena at 276. Good fight.
Brian Barberena.
I like Barberena, man.
He fought Matt Brown. Was that right? No, that was.
Yeah, he fought Matt Brown at Columbus.
Yeah, the one you were at.
Dude, that fight was awesome.
That was a great fight. I thought Matt Brown won it, but he's fighting a lot of old heads, huh? Matt Brown and then Robbie Lawler back.
Hey, two legends.
Two legends, yeah.
Jack Hermanson will fight Darren Till at UFC London, July 23rd.
I love it. Darren
Till. Mate.
Darren Till needs to win badly. But you know why I think he will?
Sweet Caroline.
Because he's part of the Smash Bros now, dude.
Yes.
Hamzat, Till.
Smash.
Brothers. You know?
Also, I can't wait for the Sweet Caroline walkout.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Curtis Blaydes will fight Tom Aspinall at UFC London.
Great fight. Blaydes looked so good in his last fight.
Dude, he cracked Dawkins.
True.
But he won't be able to do that against Aspinall.
I think we a little bit overrated Dawkins, to be honest.
I think he should move down to 205.
Yeah, he's a really good fighter, but I think you and me had a really high opinion of him that just didn't turn out to be true.
Well, they've also just fed him to the wolves these past two fights. I mean,
it's true, but like
Shamil Abdurrahimov, and then you go up to Derek Lewis.
That is true. But it's the Aspinall, like it's just another Aspinall wins this one. He gets a contender shot probably.
Yeah, man. All right.
Winner of Blaydes, Aspinall fights the winner of the next fight where we should talk about.
Tuivasa Gane.
Tuivasa.
I think Gane pieces him apart.
Probably. But can you imagine Gane versus Aspinall? That's a fight.
Dude, that is so highly skilled matchup.
It's the
two freak athletes.
Yeah, the grappler versus the striker too. Like styles make fights. Unbelievable.
But they can both go to the other guy's realm.
Yeah.
Okay, Breck. This fight is violent. Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett.
Well, when this was announced, I was taken aback by I was looking at Josh. I was like, wait a minute. I got to look at Josh Emmett's record quickly. Dude, the guy is like only won in the last, 2-3 years?
Uh-huh.
He's a beast. Like, this is such a slept-on fight in the terms of, like, people probably think, Kattar just should have a win here. But, like, dude, I don't know. This is going to be violence.
Yeah.
And Kattar, dude, looks so good against Giga.
Yeah.
Didn't take any damage, really, either.
No, Giga's a savage.
Yeah.
Okay, there was the leak, remember?
The big leak.
Big leak. Let me get to some of those matchups.
Whoever let that leak is no longer an employee of the UFC.
Well, here's what happened. It was on a podcast, and they did the podcast in the war room.
Again, whoever decided that, they're no longer
idiots.
They're no longer there.
Idiots. let's take a look at some of these fights. Oh, Matt Brown versus Takashi Sato, July 2nd. Good fight. That's a good fight.
Good fight.
Hanato Moicano versus Jamie Malarkey.
Good fight.
That's a great fight. Okay. Rest in peace, Paddy Pimblett. He's going up against Ottman Azaitar.
He's gonna get knocked out. I really like Paddy Pimblett. But two things about this fight. Look at who Paddy beat. They're both no longer in the UFC.
Cut.
And they both knocked him down in the first round, which is not a great sign going forward.
And I think Venjamini was actually a pretty okay fighter. I don't think he was that bad.
I don't think he should have been cut, but
Kazula Vargas, absolutely. Get that guy out of there.
Yeah, but he even kind of knocked Paddy down. In that
he stumbled him.
He stumbled him. Not the same level of the first guy. But
oh my gosh, this fight.
Ottman Azaitar is going to knock out Paddy Pimblett if Paddy leaves these openings like he did in his last two fights. There's obviously the big incident what happened on Fight Island, the bag.
He got cut, and then they just brought him back.
Cut, and they were like, all right, you're too good. We got to bring it back. But he said it was like a meal they were bringing him. Supposedly
potatoes or something like
potatoes.
that.
It was weed.
It was interesting.
It was clearly weed because, the UAE laws on weed are pretty strict. So that's probably why they had to cut him.
For legal purposes.
But, dude, he's going to, I said this to you. The hype around Paddy, he'll probably be a favorite in the fight. Bet the house on Azaitar. Knockout.
I think I told you this. My thought was if he goes up against a somewhat competent striker with power, Venjamini is a competent striker, but he doesn't have the power. This dude puts lights out.
Lights out.
Did you see that video I sent you yesterday?
Yeah, great. The guy was out, his head hit the mat. Oh, dude, brutal knockout.
I forget who it was, but oh my gosh. Why? If you want to build up Paddy, this is not the guy.
No.
This is not the guy.
You know what's crazy too? The other option was Ilia Topuria, who would also just take the head off Paddy.
Yeah. Oh, it was Packlin.
Mm-hmm.
He was out.
Well, the thing about this fight too, do you know in terms of Azaitar's ground game? Paddy is very good on the ground. We've learned.
I think Azaitar is good wrestling.
So if he can neutralize Paddy's ground game and makes it a stand-up fight, dude, KO.
Yeah, here's my thought. I think if Ottman Azaitar stuffs the first takedown,
yeah,
Paddy's going to lose confidence.
Yeah, it's a bad sign that happens.
Dude, yeah, Packlin and then Kama Worthy put his lights out. Kama's great, a good fighter. He just has no head movement.
No.
That's why he got cut, unfortunately. But,
yeah.
Dude, he might. Oh, gosh. Breck, I don't even want to think about it. This could be bad.
It's going to be bad, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I don't bet, but I might have to put a little bit of money on Azaitar here.
Dude, it's a sneaky good play. It really is.
Yeah, I completely agree. Lauren Murphy, Misha Tate.
Good fight.
Fun fight.
Good fight. Misha
Tate's moving down to 125.
Yep. She's interesting choice. She probably thought I got to get out of Valentina's division.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked good in her last couple fights. What is she, 1-1 since coming back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She doesn't look bad.
She didn't even look bad in the loss, though. She you know what I mean?
She lost. That's really, it wasn't oh my gosh, what's she doing here?
Yeah. So.
Rob says he has fight news coming soon.
Interesting.
I don't know where. Who does he fight? Dominic Cruz?
He's
Sandhagen?
Sandhagen makes sense. They both need a fight. He
We'll
won
see.
the shot, obviously, but I don't know.
It'll be a good fight.
Yeah,
I like Merab.
of course.
Before we get into the last thing I want to talk about, Jose Aldo calling out Aljo is really interesting because he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I agree with him too. He should get the title shot.
So did Dillashaw, called him out. I don't know how you felt. I think Jan won the fight.
I did too.
I think he won 3 rounds to 2. I understand that the rounds Aljo won were dominant.
Yeah.
But I think it was 2-2 going into the 5th. And then Aljo didn't do anything in the 5th. Like, he kept going for the takedowns, but he never landed them. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
I think Aljo's time as champ is pretty limited, considering I think if
there's killers.
Jan will be back. I think Dillashaw beats him.
I think Cheeto beats him.
I think Cheeto could beat him. Yup.
I love Cheeto.
Aldo, not sure. In terms of, Aldo historically gets gassed out. That type of wrestling style could gas him out pretty quick.
But I think Aldo should get the next shot.
Maybe.
I don't think Dillashaw should because he won a very unconvincing win against Sandhagen.
I would like to see Aldo Dillashaw though. That would be.
I'm all for that. All right. Kamaru Usman sit down. You would get absolutely murked by Canelo Alvarez in a boxing match.
If Canelo fights Usman at 168, it would be at probably, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Second round KO. Second round TKO. Canelo. It would be over so quickly, dude. Good on Usman for getting the payday. That's what they're, Ngannou's going to fight Fury for a payday. Makes sense. But, like, you're both going to get killed.
Yeah.
Different world.
Did you see the Amanda Taylor Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight?
I did not.
Dude, it was great. One of the best boxing fights I've ever seen. All right.
Didn't what's his name help finance?
Jake Paul helped promote it.
Yeah.
Oh, what Eddie Hearn was saying to Jake Paul was hilarious.
Yeah, that little interview they did was hilarious.
You are average. You should take that as a compliment.
It was pretty funny too that Eddie Hearn was like, fight a real boxer, and he's like, I will. And then he's like, here, fight this guy that's 1-0, who's like an Olympic.
Chev.
He's like
Chev Clark.
Olympic silver or gold medalist, but he only has one professional fight. I think he's undefeated amateur wise.
He's nuts.
It's like, yeah, fight this guy. He was a 1-0. And Jake Paul was like, I don't know about that.
Dude, he would get killed by that guy.
Yeah.
Chev Clark is a beast. All right. I don't think the UFC is a big fan of Nate Diaz.
I don't think so.
Because potentially
he's been wanting to fight. They won't give him a fight.
Hamzat is the matchup. This is all from the leak, guys, so this is not confirmed.
I really hope this is the one of the leaks that doesn't come true. I would like to see. Hamzat should be fighting Colby, first of all. And then the fight we need to see is Nate versus Dustin. They've both been calling each other out for how long now?
But the UFC doesn't want to do that.
But that fight makes sense.
It does make sense.
Both coming off losses, big names. That would sell a lot of pay-per-views with Dustin and Nate headlining. It would be a fun fight. You give Nate Diaz to Hamzat, it's going to be bad. Very bad.
But Nate Diaz is just going to stick up the middle finger from the bottom and just throw up a triangle.
When Nate Diaz is getting 10-8'd in the third round and his face is bloody, and then he hits a Stockton slap and then throws up the double bird, me and the Nate Diaz crew are going to be going crazy. But it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, Nate Diaz could win this by triangle.
Possibly. I don't think we see this fight. I really don't.
I don't either. I don't want to see it. Wait, I take that back. I want to see it, but I really don't want to see it.
I just don't want to see it, period. Hamzat, Colby, late summer, and then Nate, Dustin, they want to fight soon. Let them fight soon.
I think Dustin thinks he's either going to fight the winner of Chandler, Ferguson, or they're waiting for McGregor 4.
McGregor 4 is not happening. My opinion.
I think it will. At welterweight.
I think Conor fights the winner of Chandler Tony. Possibly.
I think Conor fights the winner of Edwards Usman.
It is a real possibility, but it's like it's comical that that's like a real possibility.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I'm like, it sounds crazy, but it's not crazy. That's
it's not crazy because like the money, cha-ching, but like it is crazy in terms of like a guy who's lost 4 of the last 5, going up a division, fighting for the belt right away without having any wins. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. All right, Breck, do you have anything else?
No, we basically covered everything.
Yeah.
A lot dropped. Honestly, besides like the Hamzat fight, dude, every other fight we would agree. Pretty hyped about all of them.
Should happen.
Should happen.
Rest in peace, Luke Rockhold's chin.
Yep.
And shout out Paulo Costa.
Follow Paulo Costa on Twitter. Get a Twitter just to follow Paulo Costa.
Make a burner.
Make a burner. And only follow Paulo Costa. You will not be disappointed.
You will not, the memes, the tweets, the out of pocket things. Hey, it's entertaining to say the least.
He's the best.
He is the best. And we will see you guys soon.